Right. So I've just applied a type B tail aide onto the tail of my boat, and hopefully that should hold it. It looks pretty sturdy. Look at that. Looks pretty damn good. It's really sticky adhesive on it. And I cut the piece, I think I cut this piece a bit too short. You see there's only about an inch at the edge there. I've turned the corners up on the tail a tiny little bit there so it wouldn't continue to tear, because when I put the patch on last time it started to tear more. It was because it was only initially that size. It was only above the 33, you know. It's just a coincidence, obviously. Coincidental, eh? So hopefully that will stay up. I'm confident of it. It looks good, it feels good. The patch should stretch when it gets inflated. It says you're not. It says it's fully adhesed after 24 hours, but you can inflate. It can inflate and hold water and air just after a while of putting it on. See, I've cleaned it. I cleaned the area before I put the patch on with an alcohol wipe. It looks pretty damn good, these boys. I would recommend these type B tail aids if you've got a puncture in your boat, or any inflatable vinyl or PVC adhesive, PVC-Vynl Inflatable. You get one of these and it should repair it for you. I'm going to give it another hour, and then I'm going to try it out. You see these hundreds of people on jet skis today because it's a really nice day. Here's the one at the front of the boat. Look at this one, mate. Look what it is as well. So that patch looks good too. That looks good. That looks really good. I mean, I could probably inflate it right now and it would work. I'm going to give it another while. But if you see this puncture, look where it is. It's right under the seam. You see that? What are the chances in getting a puncture right under the seam? And it's right towards the centre of the... Is that the... It's the front. It's the front of the boat. Look at it. Look at it. What are the chances of getting a puncture right there, under the centre of the boat, right under the seam, so it's difficult to repair? But you know, I've learned how to repair boats, so it's all good. If that hadn't happened, I wouldn't know how to repair my boat, so I'm not too bothered by it. At least it's getting fixed. I can get back on the water. I'm dying to get back on the water. So I'm going to give that another hour or two, and then I'm going to go back on the water. Yes. There's a seaplane taking off there. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to get shorts on. Oh, it's... See that? Pull my socks up. I'll pull my trousers up so I can go in the water. Hold on. This is pretty deep here. I'm going this way. Right, so I'll give that another hour, and then I'm going to go onto the water, get some exercise, man. Sick of this. Right, here's it is here. Oh yes. Yes! That would be fun, wouldn't it? Wait to see it take off for a second. There it is, it's off. Up, up and away. Woo! And that takes off and lands here every couple of hours. There's this wave coming. See that wave there? Whoop, whoop. Uh oh, it's gonna hit. Here it is, here it is. Wow. Whoosh. Hey, so there's a bit of excitement for you. Excitement. Right, so while I'm at it, I'm pretty confident these patches will hold, and just to make sure I'm going to get another one, because see the patch I had, I maybe cut it a bit too short, because I cut it into 2 bits. There's the other bit. I cut it into 2 bits and there's one piece of it left. That one. And that was just in case the patch on the front of the boat next to the seam didn't hold, but it looks very promising. So I've tried the cheap patches, and I've tried glue and cheap glue, but these feel really, aye, that's the business. But I've got another one spared just in case that one doesn't hold. And for the front one, I'm going to get when this is. Aye, so that was the patch. It was about that long. And so if I get another one of these, I'll just use a full one, and it's about that size when I don't cut it down. So I'll just put it over the top of it just to make sure it's all secure and sealed. Because the last thing you want to happen, and this happened to me, see that spider was on my arm and was biting me when I was putting the patch on. See the last thing you want it to happen is to be on the lock and for 2 chambers to go down at the same time, because that's what happened to me. Because it's in between 2 chambers here, you see that? See? It's in between, what is it, number 3 and number 2, and because it's on the seam, both chambers will go down at the same time, and it just loses air really quickly. And I was out. I was like 15 minutes out into the water, and then I started sinking. It's a strange feeling. It's a strange feeling with all your stuff on board. I had my laptop, my bag, my Bluetooth speakers, everything. And I just swam. Not swam, I paddled. Just paddled back really quickly, and I managed to make it. And there was a boat going past at the time, and so I think they would have helped me out. I'm sure. You know, because I can't swim. I had a life jacket on. Oh, I didn't have it on. It was just in the boat. I didn't have it on because of the because it was too hot. But I've got a life jacket. Here it is. Here. You know, I've got all the safety equipment. You know, you need a life jacket when you're on the water. This one is it's a pretty lightweight one. I went swimming in this before as well. It was great. Went swimming in the Loch with this on, and it works. It'll keep you afloat. So I've got all the equipment you need, you know. Right, so I'm gonna let this dry for another while, and then I'm going to inflate it and and put a video back on and see what we can do. Right, so it looks like that's holding. See, it's stretched a wee bit, but it's supposed to be like that because these patches stretch with, they can contort and distort, and so when you deflate it and then inflate it again, it can hold its shape. These patches are really, really good, by the way. Look, there's air in that. I've not pumped it up loads. I've not put too much pressure in. So that, yeah, that looks good. That looks like it's going to hold. Look at the size of the tear in it as well. Jeez. See the front. This one's holding as well. Look at that. Yes. Yeah, it looks like we're ready to go. Got my Bluetooth speakers. I can't use them just now because I'm using the phone. But I could put some songs in my other phone, so I can make a video and put my Bluetooth speakers on. These things are loud. It's good to have a bit of music on when you're in the Loch, but I do like it like just silenced. Just enjoying the sounds of nature. Right, so there's a handle there, let's go. I've got everything. Let's go. Need to squeeze through here. See, last time I came up here it wasn't as much brush. The last thing I need is another puncture. Taking it through these trees. Come on. Come on, let's go. All aboard! Oh, I'm in. It's quite difficult to roll and to hold the camera at the same time. Yeah, but that's us away at last. We're just in the maiden. I don't want to go out too far, I just want to keep an eye on this patch. Why do I keep putting my finger on the camera lens? Let me turn it round. Okay, let's just get a wee bit out. Whoa, look at these waves. Whoa! Look at this. Yeah, so it seems to be holding up. So I'm not wanting to go too far out, just in case. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna get a GoPro at some point because it's very difficult to. You can't. I want to like. Row the boat and video at the same time. Just do one at a time here. That was. Let's see. Right. Right. So yeah. Jeez. Oh, this life jacket is rubbing in my face. Shades on. It's a beautiful day today. There was loads of jet skis out, but I don't think there's only a few now. Look at that, that's bad moment. I've roads right up there. Well, not. See that? That's Inchmooring. I've rode past Inchmooring. I was actually all the way down there, camping on a beach all the way down there, and you can see the mountain better. See, there's not many clouds on it today. There's usually clouds on the summit, but you can see it really clearly. It's quite a symmetrical looking mountain. The sides. Yeah, so it looks as if it's holding. I've just checked the parts and it looks absolutely fine. So we're back in business. So I'm not really far out, I'm not wanting to go really far out. You know, I can swim, see if it comes to it, I can swim, I've got a life jacket. I've not got my laptop with me, and my Bluetooth speakers are IPX7 waterproof, so I don't mind going for a swim if I have to, if I hear a big mate, but I don't think it'll come to that, because look, it looks absolutely, oh wow, it's holding, it really is holding. And yeah, that's good stuff, that, by the way. I've tried a few patches, I've tried a few different patches to fix punctures in PVC and vinyl boats, but these ones are the best. They're type B tear aids. They've got no messy glue, they just really have got a really like strong adhesive, and they can stretch and conform as you deflate and inflate your boat. Yes, I'm just relaxing right now. Aye, there's lots of people just having fun out here. You see them? I mean, see down there. There's a marina, loads of boats. I mean, see if I had a boat, well, I'd be out in it every day, you know. There's jet skis all the time. How you just having fun. I just waved at the jet skis there. Hopefully they don't think I need any help or anything. Look at the size of this. How you doing? Yes. And that's some size jet ski. Look at the size of that. It's like a motorbike. Look at this. Woof! Oh, see the speed of that, see the power in them. What's this? We've got a boat. So you see a lot of the jet skis ripping out over the waves that the boats make. You see the boats going by creating loads of waves, and then the jet skis are just riding the waves. You see, because of coronavirus, they had the ferries weren't allowed out for some reason. Well, obviously because they carry a lot of people. But see when the ferries go by, they make huge waves. Huge, but here they come. Way. Yeah, but this handles the water very well. This thing. This is the Seahawk 3. Oh, is it the 4? No, it's a Seahawk. It's a Seahawk 3. It's a very good boat. I like it. It's a good height off the water. If you see the bow, and the stern. I mean, I've not really pumped it up to a good capacity obviously because of the you know, it's in the back of my mind. As I said last time I was on this boat, I was down there, right? I was about 15 minutes out, just down there. No, it wasn't. It was roundabout. It was somewhere, right? And I was deflating. And see when it starts to deflate. See, because the oars are on this part, on the what's this? The third chamber. It's really when you wave hello to this boat. Hiya! Look at the waves it's making. Right, so if your third chamber's not pumped up properly, then see when you're rowing, see how that's digging? See that? I mean, you can still row the boat just now, it's absolutely fine, but if you want to like go on a fair amount of distance, you want to inflate it more. See how that's digging in there, see that? It's absolutely fine though, but obviously I'm not pumping it up to its full capacity. And also I think I overinflated it as well a couple of times, because I wanted this to be like firm when I was rowing. And it was a few, because I've had this boat out a few times, and I overinflated it a couple of times, and you could see the front of it. There was a big bulge. There was a huge bulge in the front of the boat because the sun was beating down, and if you read the instructions, it tells you not to overinflate your boat, because when the sun heats the air, it obviously expands. I mean, look at that valve, that's dodgy. Yeah, but I think that's it's a Boston valve, and I think these valves are designed to pop up like that. But I can't believe the state of this. See, if you look at that valve there, it's not as popped up as this one. Because it was actually the first time I got it right, and I overinflated it too much at the front, and there was a big bulge, and yeah, so I had to let some air out of it. These Boston valves are quite handy as well to deflate the boat when you want to, because you just release, they just turn this one. I mean, see that one, you can open that and you can put the pump in there. I've got the high pressure, this is the high output pump, and it pumps air in on the, when you're, you know what I'm saying. So it's a double air pump, so see when you're pushing it down and pulling it up, it's pushing air into it in like both ways. So I'm just checking this. Let me just check this. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. See if there was any, see if I had any worries about that or any concerns, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm saying I'm not stupid. I wouldn't fucking be going out in a boat with a stupid patch on. See, I'm quite confident in that, because as I said, I've tried a couple of patches, and that one looks, sorry, it looks fine. It looks fine. And this one at the front is holding as well. See, I'm just relaxing right now. I've not got my tent with me. I've not brought my tent, I've brought some food, but I've not got my tent or yeah, so I want to stay out here for a while and just relax. As you can see all the way down there, right, that's Loch. You can see the lady of the Loch, that's that boat. I don't know if you can see it. It's a, so I've got sunglasses on, I can hardly see anything. You see that that boat with the red, what do you call it, a chimney, what do you call them? Aye, that's the lady of the Loch. Just a famous landmark here in Loch Lomond. And then see up there, that's the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. So it is up there. You've got Ben Lomond. You see Ben Lomond, I think, it's not the highest mountain in Scotland. It's one of the highest mountains. I think the highest mountain in Scotland is Ben Nevis, and that's further up because there's a mountain range there. I tell you what else happened. Well, I was going to say I was out on my boat one time and it looked like a cargo plane, a big cargo plane. It turned, I've got it on video, it turned down there and it flew directly over me, and I'm like this, recording it. It flew right over me. I thought that was cool. Oh yeah, man. Hey. No, because there's a lot of activity on this loch, especially on a sunny day. You got lots of people just out having fun. Why would you, see if you had a boat, why would you not want to take it out in a day like this? Are you mad? Are you crazy? See, I think they took the ferries in. See that, there's a boat there, it's quite a big boat, but it's not the ferry. See the ferries, because it's after 6 o'clock, so I think maybe they've stopped the journeys on the ferry, because there's usually ferries going up and down, and they create massive waves. But as I said, it's cool because this boat is pretty sturdy, it's pretty seaworthy. So it's good to know that I could fix this boat. See how I was saying, like every like challenge is an opportunity, and every problem is an opportunity to find a solution. Well, there you go. I mean, I got a puncture in my boat, but I've learned how to repair it. I've learned how to repair a boat now. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm better off. So you know what I'm saying? It's just shit happens. Shit happens. Do you know what I mean? So where have I been here? I've been, oh, see up there, yeah, up towards Loch. There's a beautiful beach. Beautiful beach. It's just past a golf course. Not the golf course that I was at the other day. That was yesterday. Not that golf course. It's another golf course. I think it's yeah, it's another golf course. It's got it's really posh, really green grass. And so you have to go past that because it's on private land. And I did camp one time on the very edge of the golf course, and the next morning I think the gardeners told me that I had to move on, and I was like, I ain't bother, because I said to them I thought I was on the edge of the golf course, like out of the way. And he says, yeah, it's private land, you need to move on. I was like, aye, fine. And so further up from there, there's just a beautiful beach. There's beautiful beaches all over here. But see the beaches down here? They're all occupied. I mean, like, see that one down there? There's hundreds and hundreds of people on that beach right now. Like, see if I was to go closer, you would hear them all. Like woo! Loads of people having fun on that beach down there. And you've got the shore down there. And like, I mean, like the shorelines are all rocky and stones, but now and again you get a shoreline that's got a beach on it. And usually the shorelines that got beaches and with sand are all taken, and there's always like people camping and all that. But see, I like to go camping away from people. I wait out on my own. And then there, here you've got the, whoa, that's this Duck Bay Marina. The Duck Bay Marina. There's a wee beach there as well, but it's absolutely tiny. There's a tiny wee beach there. That's what I'm saying, there's not much sand, right? See all this shoreline? There's only sporadic sandy beaches. But if you look up there, you can't see. But there's lovely beaches all the way up there, but you need to travel up there. And there's also beaches all the way down there. You see they're dotted about the sandy beaches. But have you ever tried to put a tent on sand? You would think it would be soft, but it's not. It's like cement. One time I put my tent up on some sand. I didn't realise that when you put your tent up on sand, it all compacts the sand, and it's just like sleeping on hard concrete. Yeah, so I'm going to like just check these patches out now and again and just keep an eye on them before going anywhere significant, you know. But it's good to know that that's fixed. You can see it's it's stretched a little bit, but it's supposed to do that. But I can see it, and it's not stretched more than it has since I first pumped it up. And yeah, it looks absolutely fine. If you see if I turn that round, right, there's a 1 and a 5, right? See, it's upside down, right? See that there? There's a 1 and a 5, and there's a 3, 3. See that there? Yeah, so it looks as if it's holding. Right, so see down at Loch shores, you've got loads of people down there. You know, I don't mind being around people sometimes, but it's good to get away. It's good to get away, to get a bit of peace and quiet. So I was going to get one of those kayaks, but I'm not too keen on the single paddle that you need to use on the kayaks. I do prefer rowing. I like rowing. I like rowing. It's good exercise, but and you can apply a lot more power to the boat. I mean, I can get this going a good fair bit, you know. That's also why you tend to pump up the boat a bit, like overinflate it a bit too much, because especially when it's, I mean, there's no wind today. There's no wind. And see, when it is a windy day, you get waves. And when you're rowing and you hit a wave, the water can flick up and kind of you can get splashed down the back of your neck, which is not very comfortable. And that can happen more when the boat is not inflated properly. So when you inflate it to the correct pressure, then obviously it's going to be higher out of the water. Wait. I mean, look at how it handles. Look at these waves. Look. You can't really see. It just went by. A big wave just went by there. Let's keep recording. Look at all these guys down here. Just flying about in their jet skis. There's loads of traffic today. It was busier earlier on. What time is it now? It's coming, I think it's about, it's coming up for 6 or 7 o'clock, I think, or It's round about that time. It's quite bright. High in the sun's high in the sky. Well, it's getting low. It sets. I can't even see the screen. It sets down that way. See, it's gonna go well down that way. See, one time, right? This is strange. One time I was camping all the way down there. And I swear, I thought the sun set in a different position, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I was just too stoned. But I was sure the sun set in a different position. I don't know. Aye, so what else can we do here? Let to turn these on because it'll connect to the Bluetooth on the phone, and I'm recording a video. There's my hat. I was looking for my hat. I'm looking for here. That's right. Aye. So, yeah, it looks as if it's holding. Let me just check again. Let me just check. Yeah, man. I think, see, if I had inflated it more than I have done, it would have been a bit. I would have had a bit of an issue. Come on, camera, what are you doing? But I've only inflated it a little bit. You can see. Look at the dent I've got. Yeah, you can see that I've not overinflated it. You can see it creeping to the edge a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to stop the video and just check this, right? But these patches are good, and as I said, I cut it too short. This patch is too short. So at least I know they work. Let me just stop this video now and check this. Hey, there's a ferry there. There's a ferry. I just had my music on there. As soon as you press record, the music stops. Wow. Yeah, so these ferries make pretty big waves, and so if you're in a small vessel, you want to watch out, because they make some pretty big waves out of that boat there. So I didn't even know what time it is. I've not even looked at my... Hold on, let me get my phone. My other phone. Yeah, for some strange reason I've got two Huawei's. It's a Huawei Ascend. It was the only one in the shop. The only one they had. And it was a Huawei Ascend. See, I can't even see the screen on there. What does that say? So I've got the brightest turned down. Is that... Hold on. 1914, so that's 7:15. It's 7:15 and look how bright it is. The sun's not set yet, it's still quite bright. And I mean, this patch, you can see how, let's just look at it now. You can see there's some air bubbles forming. You know, and just to let you know, I only let the patch dry for half an hour. But I just wanted to check to see if it was hold, because I heard that they hold air and water straight away as soon as you apply them, and they do. Let me hold this phone. I dropped my phone in the freaking water. Yep. So yeah, I just wanted to check. I just wanted to see, you know. I mean, I think I paid £14 for the patch. I think it was that. I think it was that one. Right? But at least I know that they work. And next time I apply the patch on, because it's a pretty big tear. Look at the size of the tear, man. Can you see that? It's a pretty big tear, and it's managing to hold that in. And I'm in the middle of the I'm on the lock here. Focus. So yeah, they're pretty good. What's this phone doing? What are you doing, phone? So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on it, but obviously I'm not going to pump it up. I'm not going to inflate the boat to its maximum, like as much as I would after it's not been fully dried. So if just to say that if you're going to apply one of these patches, you want to let it dry for at least a few hours before you take it onto the water. But I only let it dry for half an hour. You see? Look at the size of the tear in it. It's still holding. So I'm just debating what to do. I mean, it is holding. It is holding, but as you can see, the sun is beating down on the front of the boat, and so the air pressure of the air in the boat heats up and it expands. So it does. And if it's a cold day, the air contracts. Yes, I was thinking about, just because I've just been rowing down this way, down towards Lomond Shores. But yeah, actually I might just take it in. And let it dry. Or just deflate it and let it dry a bit more. But as I said, next time I'm going to get another one of these patches, and because I did cut it a bit too short. That's why I had to put the come on, phone, what are you doing, phone? Because you see there's a little bit there. I put a little bit of patch at the side. See that there? One there and one there, just to secure the edges. But I mean, that's as far as it's going to go, you know. It won't bubble us more than that. It won't bubble more than that, you know. And there's not much air in it either. You can see that I've got my hand on the boat there. You can see how much it's depressed. And it slows down your rowing as well when the boat's not fully inflated. And chamber 2 is not fully inflated either, obviously, because it would have just bubbled up. It would have bubbled up. Yeah. So at least it works anyway. So I'm just going to head to shore and deflate the thing. I think that's what I should do. I might stay out longer, because I'm going to actually get another patch. I'm going to get another patch, and so it doesn't matter what happens to this one. And the next patch I'll use the full patch this time. The full patch. I think it was I forgot the dimensions. I've got the packet here actually. It had the dimensions on it. I don't know if I threw it away. It was something like what, 15 inch by 5 inch? I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, I'll just buy another one and put the whole thing on it. Because it is starting to bubble at the side. You see here, it's starting to creep a wee bit here. And I think it's because the sun's beating down as well. can see it's starting to creep a wee bit, but see here, see all of this, that's solid, that. You can see it's all the way up to here, but it's just bubbling up until there. But see all this is all solid, that's all stuck, all of that. And the other side, and here, look, it's all stuck there. And I've applied one at the edge there, so there's no chance of it coming off. So that's secure. As long as I don't inflate it too much, that's pretty secure for now. It's a temporary measure. But when the boat is not pumped up, what are you doing, phone? When the boat is not pumped up right, it's just slower. It's slower to row. It can still move, you know, but it's just slower, obviously. And as I said, it digs in when you're rowing. Digs in there. I mean, rowing a boat is not a race. You know, you're not going like 50 miles per hour. It's a chilled out, gradual process. I see when you're rowing across. See if you wanted to row across there, for instance, and yeah, you need to be really patient when you're rowing a boat, because it does take time to get anywhere. It takes time, and if you keep like turning round and looking like, oh, I'm going dead, because you can't really sense any movement if you're not looking at the right place. But you can't tell that you're actually moving. But what I do, I tend to look at a distant tree, right? And then you can see movement. You can see movement. But this thing does travel. This thing can go. It takes time. But if you want to get there fast, then rowing a boat's not for you. You know, you get yourself a jet ski. My Bluetooth speakers just went off. Let me just show you my Bluetooth speakers. No. The Tronsmart. See, I've took the cover off of them because there was bits of sand getting into the covers and it was causing a vibration with the bass. But I've got them both in TWS, which is like, it's just dual stereo. Like, they sound great, so they do. They sound amazing. I just had some music on there and it was like, yeah. So there's a marina with loads and loads of boats. And when there's a hot sunny day, that everybody's taking their boat out. It's just constantly boats coming and going. You've got people ripping about in their jet skis. There's a seaplane up there. A seaplane, if you can see it. I think that's in for the day. It's not doing any more flights. It usually takes off every hour or so, but I didn't get on the water. I managed to get a good shot of it taking off. But I'll come back another day and hopefully I can get a shot of it landing. That'll be great. From the water. That'll be ideal. That'll be some good content. You can't even roll with one hand. Like, see, when you go right out into the middle of the loch, right out there, it's just so peaceful. And see, if it's a really hot day and the sun is burning your ass off, burning your face off, and there's no wind, then see, the further you go out into the loch, obviously you get a little breeze. You get a little breeze when you go out in the loch, And so see if it's a boiling hot day and there's like no wind and there's no breeze, see when you go in the water there's always a breeze, there's a slight breeze, not a wind. Obviously not, if there's a windy day then the waves do pick up the further you go out, you know, and there's different currents as well. It's quite weird. I mean the water's really still today, to be honest. See all these waves here, these are all created by the boats going by. See if there wasn't any boats on the water right now, the water would be still, it would be like glass. And then see when it's a windy day, the waves pick up. And I mean you could go further up there and the wind changes and the waves pick up. It's like one minute there'll be no wind, right? I'm just thinking on a windy day, like 1 minute there'll be like no wind and the water's calm, then the next minute a wind comes, right, and then the waves appear and you see the waves actually being formed by the wind. It's quite interesting how that all works. And when you go further up, like past that island, you get different currents and different winds, and there's different interactions between the elements, and you get just I mean see the way, I can even see the waves. The waves are going in different directions up there as well. Like one wave's going that way and there's another wave going that way. Because you've got different currents in different directions. How you doing? Let's see guys again. The jet skis look fun, don't they? I think it's more expensive to hire one than it is to buy one, to be honest. But I wouldn't mind buying one. I wouldn't mind buying a jet ski. Let's save up and get one. I think all we really need is just to maintain it and put petrol in it. And, yeah, it's just a propeller, isn't it? It's just an engine. So you lift the back off it and I could service it and all that and work on it. Now look how clear the mountain is right now. It's really clear. There's usually clouds. There's usually clouds all around it. All these waves are being created by the boats. Trust me. I've been out here like when there's no boats, and when there's no boats there's no waves. Obviously if there's a wind, if there's a decent wind, then there's waves. But I've came out here like early in the morning and late in the evening, and the water's just like glass, right? And then as soon as a boat goes past, it just creates waves. So I'm just heading towards I was going to head towards Loch Shores, but I've got my bike locked up over there, so I need to go back to get my bike. There's a slight current. There's a slight, I wouldn't say it was a current actually, but you do, yeah, you do get pushed along down here. I mean, see, a couple of times I've been out and I went all the way down to Loch. Remember I was saying in my other video I rode about 40 miles. It's because I rode across there sometime, a couple of times, right? That's that beach. There's loads of people down there. Right, I rode across there. I rode across there. I went to Inchmooren. I tried to go up there, but the wind was insane. So it was. And I just turned around and then put the oars in the boat and let it just drift me all the way down. Right, but then when you go up to Loch, you're obviously going against the tide. But see, on the way back, like, see the edge of Inchmooren there? I came around the edge of Inchmooren and just put the oars in the boat and just let it drift. And it just drifted. Let the wind just drift me all the way. Just wasn't rowing for about an hour. And it just took me all the way down here. And if you keep going, you'll end up just drifting all the way down here. All the way down here, and it'll eventually take you down to there. And obviously the windier it is, the more you drift. It's great exercise. Whoa. Yeah, that's the jet skis hitting the waves. It sounds like... Doesn't it sound like there's something hitting a brick wall? Doesn't it? Water. It makes a banging sound when they hit the waves. At a certain angle. So I think I'm going to have something. I'm just going to have something to eat right now and stop the video. Right.